just going to show you all the things that are happening. So I brought the new ground turkey fig and placed it over here in my semi-shady spot next to my trellis, which I just noticed today. I don't know how long it's been growing, but there is a blackberry cane all the way that climbed up there and came down, and I know there's another one down there, so I'm gonna have to try to propagate it or something. And my basils are growing like crazy. I love them, the Thai basil. They smell so great. And I have a bunch of new starts here. So there are the cardamom and mango and mango from seed and papaya, because I have so many seeds. And this black diamond blackberry is doing, it looks like it's not doing great, but it actually is. It's trailing over here on the side, down there, so that's great. My scarlet runner bean plant is doing great. Here are all my starts of the same thing, mango and papaya, and that's going to be a marigold and some lupin, kaffir, lime leaves, a baby volunteer mango right there. I'm going to dig it up and give it to a friend. And mango. This is supposed to be a lily, but it started out late. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I thought these were dead branches, but it's going to be my first hibiscus that survived propagating, because there are some new leaves here. So that's wonderful. That's really exciting. I have it growing on my property, but I wanted to propagate it for my sister and some friends and family. Here is my black mission fig, and here's the rest of the food forest. So these were growing so crazy, and now it's starting to thin out in between and dry out. It's the cosmos. And now this tall one is starting to bloom for the first few times. And I just planted this plumeria into the ground. I let it dry for about 3 days. I got it from my sister. It's probably not the best time to harvest it because it was blooming, and we just plucked it off her tree. So we'll see if it makes it. It's just going to be so pretty and fragrant and bring in bring in pollinators. And here is a volunteer amaranth. Behind it is my cherry moya, and behind that is the ugly sunflower that keeps getting eaten. All the blossoms keep getting eaten. It's something I'm gonna have to find a resolution to. There is my sage and some basil and my lily, some melons and sweet potatoes growing here. That volunteered itself. Some baby papaya. They are about 2 inches tall. Some more cosmos that are starting to suffer a little bit from the heat. Today it's going to be 102 degrees. And let's see. This is my new tangerine from my sister's house, or my mom's house, and some other brassicas that are starting, but I don't have a mist function on my waterer, which, guys, you need a mist function. Plants need soft, gentle care when they first start to grow. I've got some red bell peppers down there. For some reason, the papaya that were growing in there with the bell peppers died. I'm not sure if they had too much shade or too much sun in a day. And back there I have lemongrass, apricot tree, what is that called? A Bartlett pear tree, the taro way back there, and mint. And I'm busy trying to chop down pieces of that, the tops of that kale, to give to the buddies. Banana back there, a whole mess of kale, and a whole mess of amaranth, basil. Oh, the bugs are just... Yesterday the bugs ate me alive. I had 8 bites just out here watering my plants in the early morning. Here's the shinseki pear. Some sunchokes back there. That really tall thing over there is the cherry moya. And some more amaranth. Some more basil and squash. And a mango. And another possibly failing planaria. Tucked underneath here, I put some marigold seeds, and it's got 1 marigold. The others were kind of covered up by the cosmos. They kind of took over. Some calendula, a squash that I never transplanted out of the pot. Guys, you need to transplant it out of the pot into the ground because they need to thrive. They need to spread out. Here's another baby mango from last year that I overwintered. My goji's going up the trellis. Another melon that I put in here, and basil, and just a mixture of things in this little rectangular pot. This used to be my kale bed, but I don't know if I haven't been watering it too much or it's suffering from the summer heat. And I've got the moringa, the rosemary, Tuscan blue rosemary, jackfruit, Utah sweet pomegranate, bay leaves from the bay tree, baby cakes blackberry with the aromatic Thai basil, just to keep bugs away from it. Here's another baby mango. Here's a brighter, more vibrant cosmo, but right now it's not very vibrant. It's drying out, suffering. Here's a little apple tree that I grew from seed experimentally. Here is a Thai basil, and my sprinkler doesn't reach all the way over here, so I'm going to have to water this after I film. A giant amaranth again, and some experimental things that I'm not sure if they're thriving or not. I will have to check in the spring. And some passion fruit that I propagated. Some basil, Thai basil. Oh, the bugs are just bugging me right now. If you see the camera moving around, it's because I'm getting bothered by the flies and mosquitoes and bugs. And lately I've been seeing hornets in here, and before I would have wanted to get rid of them, but I found out that hornets actually lay their larvae and they eat other bugs. They lay their larvae into other bugs, so I don't mind them at all. I hope I don't get stung by them, but they're the good bugs, so I'm happy about that. And here's my society garlic. I haven't had the chance to transplant it into the ground because there are a lot of weeds amongst things. So once late fall comes around and I harvest everything, and I'm going to take inventory of what I've got and then where I should plant them, and it'll be a cleaner slate, and I'll pull out all the weeds and it'll look a lot better, and I'll decide where to place them. Here is another passion fruit that is successfully, it's not brown, and it's been in here for months, so it's successfully propagated. And then I just propagated this rose from cutting. Usually I keep them about 3 to 4 inches long cuttings, and it just made a pink bloom, and I love it. It's from my yard, from my other roses. And I don't know what this is. I gotta find out what it is. And I have a baby papaya over there randomly. I have no idea how it got there. Here's some basil. Here's my Mexican dwarf lime tree, and it still has a discoloration. I've applied a little bit, only once, a tiny bit of Epsom salt, and some parts of it are looking a little better. It doesn't look as bad as it was earlier in the year. See, some parts of it are really nice, so I might have to apply a little more. And it's got little baby limes right there. I'm hoping for it to grow a bit bigger. And here is my Cuban oregano. I had a big bush in the front, but it dried out and died out, and that's okay because it was growing amongst my roses and I was just letting it trellis up. But this one I started with just a small plant, and it's starting to grow out. And these are really easy. They're like succulent-like, so they're really easy to grow. Lemongrass. So I just have splattered everywhere my two favorite, which are lemongrass and basil, and they're doing great. And these amaranth just volunteer on their own, which is fine. Some more lemongrass, some pumpkins. Here is my mini, I think it is loquat, but I don't know. I haven't had a fruit yet from it. A little banana tree is getting shaded out by all these sunchokes on this side. And on this side I've got some ginger, some marigold, and this big lime tree, which used to be really tiny. It used to be about 2 feet tall, 3 feet tall, and now it's taller than myself. Here's some basil, marigold, ginger, and my what do you call that? Caviar lime, and some more lemongrass. And the caviar limes are looking a little plump. I'm really happy about that. I've been giving them extra water because they like to grow in the tropics really well, and they like quite a bit of humidity. So that is about it for this garden, it's just starting to dry out because of the summer heat, and it will continue to do so, and things will start looking pretty sad. Oh, and my goodness, I never noticed. Right in front of that pumpkin, let me just zoom in, is a moringa. Oh my goodness. I knew I had planted about I'd say 3 or 4 moringas, and that must have been transplanted out of the pot. And gosh, let me find it. It's so hard to find it when it's zoomed in. Okay, so that is in 2 places. So I have the one in the pot, I have that one in the ground, and I have a third one in the ground. So right now it's looking really sad. It's a tiny stickly thing, but it's gonna do really well. I'm gonna try to keep it warm during the winter. So things are looking sad as the fall comes around. It happens every year, and everything will look sparse. All the leaves will fall off the fruit trees, and it's just gonna look like I don't have very much, and it's not gonna be very lush, but it will come back as long as I keep up the work of collecting mulch, leaves, overwintering the plants, and stuff like that. So I continue to work. Have a great day.